Did you know that you can get strong, athletic, and resilient, but you have to train them right? That's why I'm going to show you 10 exercises that's going to help you build muscle, get powerful, and increase performance. These are some of the exercises that helped me throughout my fitness journey, especially when I was trying to get stronger, but also improve my performance for basketball. I have a 45-inch vertical jump, by the way, so they work. The most important thing about training is you always have to ask, what is the goal? What is this exercise the best for? If your goal is muscle building, like pure hypertrophy, and you want to get size, these might not work for you. But if you want to build muscle, you want to have a nice physique that's also functional, you'll be able to run fast and jump high, then these are some really good exercises that you can start off with. We're starting this list off with sprints. Do you want to know why it's really good? It's simple. You will improve body composition, as in more muscle, less fat. You burn more calories in less time compared to walking. It can help you stay young because you're going to be using fast twitch muscle, which is one of the first things that you lose as you age. That's why as you get older, you get slower, you become less agile, you're more susceptible to injury. It's because you are losing your fast twitch muscle fibers, and sprinting regularly helps with that. And it can also play a role in increasing insulin sensitivity because you are producing so much force and using a lot of muscles at the same time. Your muscles need energy. Energy as in the glucose, aka sugar, that's in your blood. It needs that to fuel those fast twitch muscles. Some regressions, especially if you can't sprint right now, you can do things like high knees, you can do things like skips. If you cannot run, you can do bike sprints, you can do rowing sprints. If you have joint pain, you can work up to a sprint. You can do walk and jog or walk and run intervals. Let's say like 30 seconds on, 1 minute off, that type of thing. Once you get used to sprinting, you can start introducing other exercises that are going to give you a boost. Things like sled sprints. Oh, I love sleds. They're absolutely fantastic. Hill sprints, because of the incline, you're going to have to produce a lot more power to propel yourself forward. It's going to get your glutes and your hamstrings fired up. You're going to be a lot stronger so that when you go down to a flat surface, you're going to be Usain Bolting down the road. Now, the thing with sprints is that you can't do them a lot. Usually you would go for once or twice a week, maybe once at the beginning of the week and then once at the end of the week, because the recovery takes a long time. But sprinting still dope. Plyometrics, which are jumping exercises. Once you've built strength in the gym, in order to increase performance, you have to teach your body how to move fast, and plyometrics are a fantastic start. Doing these will help you become more springy. You'll have more muscle elasticity. It just means being able to produce a lot of force in a short amount of time. If you're just starting out, you have to start with low intensity plyometrics. So things like low pogo hops, jumping on a low box. If you have joint pain, you can even do things like speed squats just to get used to the speed of the movement. And when you get better and your body adapts and you build more load tolerance to plyometrics, you can increase the intensity with higher box jumps, depth jumps, weighted jumps. And if you really want to supercharge your athleticism, single leg bounds and lateral bounding, meaning hopping from side to side. The key to being athletic is being able to move fast and also lift weight fast, but in control. And this is why power cleans are a must. One of the best full body exercises that you can do, because you're going to be using so many different muscle groups at the same time. It's a crazy compound move. You're going to be burning hella calories when you are doing this exercise. Full body explosiveness, and it's also going to teach you how to transfer force, which is needed when you run, jump, and throw. The only thing about power cleans is that it's a technical exercise and you need to take the time to master the move before you add any crazy weight on the bar. So some exercises that you can try to work up to a clean: you can do high pulls. You can practice with dumbbell cleans and also just practicing the bar movement, the motorcycle, which is this part, doing that for reps. And when you get good and comfortable with those exercises, you can move on to variations of the power clean, like a full power clean, pulling straight off from the floor. You can do a hang clean, or if you want to go full Olympic weightlifting with it, clean and jerk. If you notice, we are doing the high intense and explosive exercises first, because when you're training for athletics and performance, you want to do the explosive and high intensity exercises first at the beginning of the workout when you are more fresh. And then later on, you can do the more slow strength building movements. Now, if you're a gym bro, and the only thing you want to do is just get as big as possible and put on muscle, and you're scared that doing stuff like this is gonna hurt your gains, then do that. You can't forget about upper body explosiveness, and that's why we are doing a push press. Great for building upper body strength. You're gonna work on your shoulders, your triceps, your core. It's going to teach you how to transfer power from the legs and the hips through the arms, and it's also really good to help break through strength plateaus, especially if you're doing a strict press. If you want to build up to a push press, you can do things like strict presses with either dumbbells or barbell with a lighter weight. You can do dumbbell push presses just to get the movement down, and eventually, as you get stronger, you can move on to the bar. You just have to make sure that during the movement you lock out properly, you brace your core, and you don't almost unalive yourself by leaning back and almost falling over. You can't be athletic if you have no body control, and that's why the next exercise are pull-ups. The benefits? Easy. You're going to build relative strength, which is how well you can move your body in space. Pull-ups, dips, push-ups. Depending on the type of pull-up that you do, you're going to build your back muscles. You're going to get a sexy demon back. You're going to improve shoulder health. You're going to improve grip strength. You're going to build your biceps and your forearms. Core strength through the roof. And there are so many different types of pull-ups that you can do. If you're just starting out and you can't do a pull-up yet, you can do things like TRX rows. You can do assisted machine pull-ups. Working up to eccentric or negative pull-ups where you jump to the top and you just slowly let yourself down, and then you can do band assisted pull-ups. After that, you'll be able to bang pull-ups no problem. And as you get stronger, this is where you can start having fun. Weighted pull-ups, explosive pull-ups. You can experiment with different grips: neutral, underhand, wide grip. And you can even Bruce Lee it with L-sit pull-ups. Dips are the squats of the upper body. It'll help build your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. And dips, just like pull-ups, will help improve your coordination. It'll help improve your stability and balance, and you can do so many varieties. You can go weighted, like super heavy max strength. You can do like tempo, either for time. You can even work on high reps, just going until absolute failure. If you're just getting started and you want to work up to a dip, you have bench dips, you have band assisted dips. You can even do eccentric or negative dips where you're just slowly letting yourself down. You just have to make sure that your shoulders don't friggin' disintegrate when you're doing them. Make sure that your form is good. You don't want your elbows out. You want everything nice and tucked to the side, and you gotta lean into it a little bit. Once you get better and stronger at dips, this is where you can start adding maybe explosive reps. You can do ring dips on gymnastic rings. You can even do weighted dips. You can't have a proper strength program if you're not including deadlifts. Deadlifts are one of my absolute favorite exercises because it builds so many muscles. Your entire posterior chain, your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves. You're also going to work on your back because The back muscles are gonna act as a isometric stabilizer, but the main drivers are going to be your legs. You'll also build your grip strength and your core, and deadlifts transfer over into athletics too, jumping high, running fast. And I'm not just saying that because my deadlift is my best lift, 600 pounds. Some people say that deadlifts hurts the back. The only way that the deadlift can hurt your back is if you're lifting like a dum-dum. You were doing too much and you were using too much load that your body could handle. Some exercises that you can do to work up to a deadlift, you can do dumbbell deadlifts, dumbbell RDLs, or actually barbell too. Rack pulls, where you practice the top motion of the deadlift. The thing about the deadlift is you gotta learn how to brace your core properly. It's not sucking your belly in, you're breathing in through your belly to make sure that your entire core is stiff and stable before you lift. The deadlift is a fantastic exercise, but it can also be a dangerous exercise when you don't lift properly. And once you master those lifts, now you can move on to your regular deadlifts. Just figure out your best form, whether that's conventional or sumo. And yes, sumo does count. You can do deficit deadlifts for a little bit more muscle building stimulus. And you can do my favorite type of deadlift, the trap bar deadlift, which transfers over to vertical jump. Mwah, fantastic. Skipping leg day is a no-no. As much as I hate them, you can't skip legs. And that's why you're supposed to be doing your squats. It's fantastic, especially if you want to build your quads, hamstrings, glutes. You'll improve your mobility. Having a heavy squat is essential to your fitness, especially if you do want to become a better athlete. Now, if you're building up to a squat, you can start off with goblet squats with a dumbbell, bodyweight squats, or a squat on a box. And when you get better at them, you can start having fun with them. You can do tempo squats. You can do explosive squats. You can do what I'm doing right now, pause squats. Front squats are fantastic too. Just make sure that you're picking the best squat for your body. Choose the best stance for you that's not going to cause any knee pain. If you have mobility issues, you can put like a weight or a wedge under your heel. That's going to help you get deeper. Exercise number 9 are hip thrusts. If you want big, strong, juicy, but powerful glutes, you gotta do your hip thrusts. Did you know that your glutes are one of the strongest muscles in your body? They do a lot. Not only do they look good, they produce so much force during those activities. I'm telling you, once you get stronger glutes, a lot of joint issues above and below your hips will magically disappear, because building strong glutes is going to help take tension away from your lower back and your knees. So you don't need a BBL, just do your hip thrusts. And finally, you cannot forget about the bench press, which builds upper body strength, your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. And everybody that makes the gym their personality can't help but ask, yo, how much do you bench, bro? Not only will having a solid bench press help you build a nice physique, it's also going to help in performance. Building upper body muscle is like body armor, especially like if you play a high contact sport. Like for me, I play basketball. You get hit every single second. If you had no upper body strength, you're gonna get dragged around. If you wanna work up to having a nice bench, you can start doing things like push-ups. You can go with dumbbell bench presses, flat and incline. After that, you can work on building your bench press. And when you get stronger, that's where you can have fun with it, trying out different grips, wide, close grip bench press on a Smith machine on an incline. Absolutely goated. Fantastic exercise, by the way. But yeah, you can do pause reps, you can do explosive reps, or you can just do straight up reps, doing as much as you can, going until failure. That chest soreness is just so good. Every single one of these exercises are going to help you build strength, function, and improve your athleticism. The most important thing is start at your level. Don't do more than your body can handle. That is a really good way to snap yourself and end up with an injury. Be consistent and make sure that everything that you do outside of the gym, especially with your nutrition, matches the work that you put in the gym. And not only will you build muscles that look good, but they will perform well as well.